This video production is sponsored by RD Sales and Service Limited. We service what others sell. For all mechanical repairs, trust our professionals. RD Sales and Service is a proud sponsor of the number 17 Super Truck and Sprint Car.
And Neil next, this is the 5 of Glenn Manning. Inside row number 2, the 17 is Tavia Dorge. She is sponsored by RD Sales and Service. And outside row number 2, driving the Balkan & Sons Plumbing and Heating Dynasty Bathrooms, number 1, this is Scott Brown. Inside row number 3 is Mr. Excitement, Rennie Paluco in the 73P. On the outside, the 04, sponsored by GW Transmission, is Wayne Grosky. Inside row 4, Danik Picton, the rookie, in the 22. And outside in the 67 is Mark Zondag. And rounding out the field, driving the 29 truck, is Shane Holden. We are getting set to go Super Truck Racing for Dynasty Bathrooms. Here we go. Great drag race into turn number 1 and 2. Jamie Vernos on the low side. Here comes Manning on the outside. And look at Manning drive off that corner. Wow, he's got the lead. Manning now gets a little high in that Chevrolet. And yet another Chevrolet on the inside. He is not giving up yet. That is Jamie Vernos with all kinds of heat on the number 5. Tavia Dorge moving nicely in the 17, battling with Wayne Grosky in the GW04. In the third spot, currently the Dynasty Bathrooms 1, Scott Brown. Jamie Vernos continues to give chase on the LD Electric number 5 of Glenn Manning. Manning having a good outing so far. He started outside of row number 1. Vernos started on the pole, and now Vernos on the inside. Well, Vernos in the Joey's Only number 2 inside of the 5, but now Manning fires back. Great race up front. Wow. Well, let's take a look in turn number 1 and 2. Manning having trouble staying in the stickier sections of the racetrack. Jamie Vernos giving chase in the Dynasty Bathrooms number 2. That guy has only lost one feature event here in 2013. The other winner, Tavia Dorge. Troubles over in turn 3 and 4. Looks like the Dynasty Bathrooms 1 of George Balkan. And Mr. Excitement, Rennie Paluco in the 73P. Rookie in the class in 2013.
How did you give him the name Mr. Excitement? Did I miss something over there?
The phone call today. I got a phone call.
Oh,
yeah.
you did you?
I did.
So he calls himself Mr. Excitement.
Well, it wasn't him that made the call.
Oh, okay.
But it might have been his idea.
Did you say hi to his mom for me?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Nice lady.
All right. Speaking of nice ladies, here's Carolyn again. What are we doing now? More chips, more t-shirts, more gift certificates. Okay.
Well, Rennie Paluco stopped at the top of turn number 3 and 4. That'll bring out our Winnipeg Collision Center Jeep and our tow trucks. We will try to get that truck moved just as quickly as possible. But Pat, what a great race. Glenn Manning in the LD Electric number 5 holding off Jamie Vernos in the Dynasty Bathrooms 2. And this year and last year, that's not an easy assignment.
No, Jamie and the guys at Dynasty have got their act together, and almost use another word that would have fit in nice to their business, but I figured I better not. In any case, he is a tough guy to beat. Now, we talk about that sticky strip around the racetrack. If you look over there where that white Jeep is in turn number 3, the Winnipeg Collision, that left rear wheel of that Jeep is on a dark strip over there, and that is where the moisture is. So below it and above it, you can see a dryer, a different color, and that's dry because it's drier. Both ends of the racetrack have that dark strip. Now, if you could hold your truck or car on the dark strip, that's where the traction is. Difficult to do, however, because if you miss that tacky strip, the truck is going to want to push, or car is going to want to push a little bit, if you're steering with the front wheels until you get back on the sticky stuff. So a little bit tricky, and Glenn Manning would like to have a little room to experiment, but he's got none, as you mentioned. He's got the hottest guy in the truck class on his back bumper, and well, with 4 to go, this one's far from over.
Well, you're right, Pat. You talk about the hottest guy in the truck class, Jamie Vernaus in the Dynasty Bathrooms #2. His dad built this place, started construction in 1972, and had their first race July 31st, 1973, which is exactly almost 40 years to the day. Orange cone on the front straightaway. We are green here in the Super Trucks. Glenn Manning tries to get in the sticky stuff, keeps it down, but Vernaus on the brakes now a bit. Vernaus trying to get on the inside. Tavia Dorge up to join the party here at Red River Co-op Speedway. 2 trucks. Synchronized spinning. Looking pretty good over in turn number 4. Yellow flag is out. The 04 and the 29 take part in our 40th anniversary synchronized spinning event. I don't know. It wasn't that good.
It did look Simonized.
It was.
Or synchronized, or whatever you want
That's
to call
right.
it. Well, that's too bad. We had a race break out there amongst all those yellow flags. But we cannot leave a driver sitting there, particularly with his driver door facing oncoming traffic, his or her driver's door. Pardon me, ladies. Safety is our primary concern here at Red River Co-op Speedway, and with a driver facing oncoming traffic, we cannot afford to let that turn into a disaster. So we err on the side of caution, put out the caution flag, as it were, and restart, realign. Got a little left front fender coming, just a little bit loose.
I didn't know they had hinges. Thought it's the doors.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you don't drive a domestic, you'd know that sort of thing. If it was a Honda, you'd know all about it.
That's right.
We don't race with the Rice Rockets out here.
Well,
Pat, we do it on Monday nights.
That's right. That's
Pardon
right.
me. That's a big Monday night. I never get here on the big Monday night.
All right. Well, of course, Pat, we were talking about July 31st, 1973 here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Now, that was Winnipeg Speedway's grand opening, and July 31st of 73, they raced sprints, late models, and hobby stocks. And 10 years later, in 1983, it was the sprint car's last scheduled season. But when we go back those 10 years from 73 to 83, guys, you and I both remember Lou Kennedy Sr., Kenny Chapman, Linus Mack, Don Mack, lots of cool guys racing back then. Green flag right now in the Super Trucks. Glenn Manning with a nasty push in turn number 1 and 2, and Jamie Vernaus opens the door. Side by side into turn 3 and 4, and Manning, you see, with that push, Vernaus able to keep the truck on the bottom of the track, and he's your new leader. Well, Glenn Manning with a bad push in 1 and 2, and Jamie Vernaus just had to go. He went right through bottom of turn 2 and took the lead. The Dynasty Bathrooms, Joey's only. Embry Demolition, number 2, your new leader. Rennie Paluco, Mr. Excitement, off the pace. And now Jamie Vernaus opening up a big lead, but Tavia Dorge stopped at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2.
Tavia Dorge, one of our featured drivers, the only young lady to compete in the truck class, and coincidentally, she's the only mother competing in the truck class as well.
Does a great job, I'll tell you, in that RD Sales and Service Chevrolet.
She sure does. Her dad, speaking of old timers, is he an old timer? Anyway, he raced sprint cars way back in the day, Roger Dorge. And they have a sprint car, as a matter of fact. I heard Tavia was going to drive it this year a little bit, but I haven't seen her yet. Maybe she'll be bringing it out here. Well, the sprint cars are not coming back here this year, but I don't know what the story is on that. You know everything. What's going on with it?
I don't know, but I was going to ask you, speaking of 40 years of history, where's our old buddy Gary Duguay?
I don't know. Hey, let me ask you this.
What?
40 years ago yesterday, this place opened. You said the sprint cars and late models raced here 40 years ago yesterday. Do you know how much the late models race for to win?
How much? I don't.
Okay, that first.
I'm barely 40.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's 40 things you don't know about racing. Then there's the 40 years. However, 40 years ago yesterday, the late models raced for $500 to win. 40 years later, the price of the cars have gone up, I don't know, 9,000%.
No doubt about that.
They raced for 900.
Wow.
How much was the front gate ticket way back then?
I don't usually pay to get
What
in
am I
anyway.
looking to you for? You don't
Yeah.
have. I'm looking.
I
I'm
usually
really,
try to sneak in, you know that.
really honestly looking to you for an answer, and you're just out there. Have you seen the show Oblivious? Okay, let's get back to some racing. Something you know about, stuff that's going on right in front of you.
That's right. That's right. I think I can pick up on this stuff. Well, Jamie Vernouse, the Dynasty Bathrooms, Joey's only number 2, will be your leader on the restart. We have the orange cone on the front straightaway. Of course, you cannot pass until you reach that cone, and you must pass on our side, or stay on our side, rather, of the cone until you reach the cone. Once you pass the cone, you can go anywhere you want on the racetrack. Green flag is out. Here we go racing. Danik Picton in the 3rd spot in the 22, doing a nice job. As Jamie Vernouse in the Dynasty Bathrooms number 2 pulls away from the field. Two to go for Jamie Vernouse in the Ambrosi Ivans number 2. White flag coming out, just one more to go for your leader, Jamie Vernouse. In the Coroma number 2, 2nd spot, Glenn Manning. 3rd spot is the 22, that is Danik Picton. But he slides high off of turn number 1. And the 29 rolling up into the 3rd spot, Shane Holden, who started 9th. Checkered flags out, another one in the bag for Jamie Vernouse, 2nd spot. Glenn Manning in the LD Electric number 5, 3rd, the 29, Shane Holden. Nice drive for Shane Holden, who started 9th and ended up in the 3rd position.
Okay, I got all these questions I asked you didn't have any answers to. Do you know which driver in that race was Jamie Vernouse's nephew?
I didn't.
Oh, jeez. Eventually I'm gonna get a yes out of you pretty soon. What now? Oh, we need Wayne Karalik, Ray Holden, Johnny McRae, Dennis Delane, Les Pritchard, and Wayne Emery. To, as quick as you possibly can at your age, make your way to meet Glenda Manning at the flag stand. Wayne Karalik, Ray Holden, Johnny McRae, where? Dennis Delane, Les Pritchard, and Wayne Emery at the grandstand entrance to the pits. All right, now we get ready to go here with the late models, and we're doing a draw.